Perfect. Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. You're now swimming in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I told you, and I told them, the Alabaster class of America, I told you. Now, see, it's been quite some time since they attempted to troll any of my platforms, especially my channel. But to those of you that are wondering why this new ongoing series is taking place tonight, let's do a bit of a brief recap. Okay, for those of you that didn't catch the announcement, I posted a YouTube short featuring the former wrestler Jesse the Body Ventura stating facts on the origins of music in America, which belong to Black American culture, okay? It can be proven, documented, and traced. Some of the Mayo mutants got a hold to that because they're always subscribed to any new Black media channels. We know that. Y'all not hiding over here. We know who you are. So they proceeded to do what they think works with every other Black content creator, put their little 2 cents in where nobody saw it, to attempt to bait you to argue. Now, let me briefly break something down before we get into tonight's lesson, because they're going to get what they're asking for in Black History Month over here today. Yeah, they're going to learn to leave well enough alone. Here's the thing. I say this to the audience gathered here, listen to this live recorded tonight. For me, I don't believe in going back and forth with ghosts. You have bigger problems to worry about than anything in Black America, okay? Furthermore, I am not the type of foundational Black American freedman man where just because a white person interjects their 2 cents out of their thin pale lips, that I give validity to what you say. Just because you white and you speak does not mean that you're obligated to get a response from me, nor does that mean that you're obligated to interject your opinion where it doesn't belong as if it's intelligent. And that's something that a lot of Black people have trouble with. If we're talking to each other and they interject, we should continue talking to each other, block them, move on, and get them out the way. They're only there to cause distractions and waste your time. However, I made a concession this one time because, see, you're going to learn about messing with Great Black Shark over here. If you get my attention, you better pay close attention to what the image is on the screen, okay? Because that fits me to a T online and offline. Once I sink my teeth into something, I don't let go, and I will devour you whole. You're going to learn that very well tonight because we're going to start examining your culture. See, for the most part, I only talk about you Mayo mutants when it's something germane to affecting my people. But since you want the spotlight in Black History Month, how dare you with your porcelain alabaster audacity? Family, the alabaster audacity of it all. Oh, you going to learn tonight, though, Giblet. We're going to have a good time at your expense exposing the truth. Oh, just wait till you see what I have here to show you, ladies and gentlemen. You in for a hell of a treat. If you had a bad day, boy, it's about to get a whole lot better, Black America. Okay, besides you being beautiful, lovely, intelligent Black people, we're going to look at some of the things that they should spend their time focusing on. And even more so, even though we're going to be laughing at their expense, okay, because when you start coming over here with your anti-Black racism, I got something for you. I'm going to hit you with the truth. That's the best thing in the world. If you choose to strike back at somebody, strike back with the truth, ladies and gentlemen. See, I'm going to show you what you should have your politicians worried about in either political party instead of running around over here trying to interject and spew falsehoods about truth when you see one of your own. You know what I'm saying? You need to take that to Jesse Ventura. I can't help because the man knows the truth and he decided to speak it. The truth shall set you free. And a lot of you claim to be Christians, but think about it, family. For a lot of them that claim to be Christians, we talking about the white supremacists, not all white people. For a lot of them that claim to be Christians, they sure do hate the truth. I thought the children of God were lovers of the truth. Oh, but Gibbets, you're going to get this truth over here tonight. I'm going to tell you like Denzel told him in training day, Jake, I'm surgical with this thing. Oh, we're going to get surgical over here tonight. Oh, yes. And let me briefly go ahead and address something that I saw at the beginning of the broadcast here. To whoever that war-ready person is that made that comment talking about Africans, your lives are in danger, and nobody help you, including FBA, and WAC 100 went in on you. I'm going to give you all the attention that you're going to ever get, okay? Because let's just assume what you're saying is true, because see, I take that to be trollish. If your life is in danger, you need to take that to the proper authorities. I am not law enforcement. Moreover, if you jumped in some of these online spaces and started going back and forth with somebody, and then started, it spiraled out of control. Everybody that's been subscribed to this channel for the longest know I keep telling you, do not waste what? What's your most valuable resource? Time. Time, okay? The most precious, non-renewable resource that anybody will ever have. A lot of times, y'all got to understand something. And I tell this a lot to the women, but some men need to learn this lesson. If you're going to hold discourse online in any type of particular space, let it prove to be something that's going to be constructive. A lot of this whole I'm going to go over there and get them told. Okay, say you get them told. At the end of the day, what did you accomplish? Huh? Sometimes certain people, and to that person, I'm not saying that you did it because I don't know the gist of whatever you got going on. But let me make something clear to people that try that type of trolling, if you are a troll, because that's what it seems like. When you see that there's going to be something where you know there's going to be eyes on it and you choose to, let me just drop some random stuff that nobody's ever heard of before. This is the last place you're going to get that off. Let me warn you about something. If that applies to you, anybody that's listening, the person that typed that message in the chat earlier, and anybody else, you better go and check my stance on trolling. I am a zero tolerance troll content creator. I get it. Some of my peers entertain that nonsense. I get it. Some of my peers have a great reason for doing it because they teach while they entertain the trolls. That's always good. However, I really don't have an interest in you like that. You're not going to get no 15 seconds of fame over here. Okay, the only thing you're going to proceed to do is troll once, get yourself permanently blocked. And my moderators will handle that. Trust me, you picked the wrong place. So if you one of them types of people and then you type Africans in all chat caps, let me say this before I get into this tonight too, okay? Because see, I like to be understood. This is not a platform just because I'm a foundational Black American freedman man that I hate all Africans. I don't hate none of our brothers and sisters in the global Black diaspora. We have a problem with the tethered class. That is a specific definition, meaning that if you are a Black immigrant, male or female, no matter what your sexual orientation is, if you come over to my homeland, the United States of America, that my ancestors built and sustained, and you start disrespecting and undermining my lineage, then I have an issue with you. And I'm saying it because it shouldn't have to go without saying, but I need to make this clear because you have people that will subscribe for a short amount of time. They don't really understand the content of a channel instead of going to the archives. See, me, before I subscribe to anybody's channel, I go through their archives and see how much of what they're saying I agree with or disagree with to see, okay, is this a place where I need to be or be consuming anything, especially if you're going to be participating in a chat room. So I want to make sure that's understood. I have friends all throughout the global Black diaspora. Let me go ahead and clear something else up too. If you are the type of person and you're entitled to your opinion and how you feel, that you think that we're the only black people in the world, you're entitled to that, but reality does not, coalesce with what you're saying here. It does not coincide with what you're saying, okay? Genetically, yes, just because some people over here are tethers and disrespectful, yeah, I can understand it. I do. I really do understand that. Why you say, okay, well, we'll just be the only black people, but that's not true scientifically or genetically, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with whose grandma's where, this, that, the third. Yes, we know that there's some people that don't like to be referred to as black. I recently posted a short up about that. Y'all seem to like that, where Alex Rodriguez, oh, bless his heart. Oh, my God. The fear in that man's eyes. Hey, everybody calm down. I am Dominican. I fell asleep in the sun. Yes, it's just a tad. But he sounded like he was terrified, boy, because unfortunately, a lot of Dominicans, hey, put it like this. If you didn't see the short, Godfrey broke it down best. Let me tell you something, dude. I've taken Godfrey to task over certain things that he said over the years, but that's a funny brother, bro. Funny is funny. I can be objective and critique something at the same time. That's why I included that in the short. But he was absolutely correct, okay? So I want to make sure, before I greet most of you that I see in here, did everybody understand everything that I just said regarding how I conduct my channel? Because see, that person that made that comment, you got one more time to try something like that, watch your ass get permanently banned from up out of here, okay? Don't come playing on my channel. This ain't the playground. This is the grown folks section of YouTube. You understand? Which is why I also made the disclaimer about if you ever hear me use expletives or curse words, this is the grown folk sector. I do both, okay? I do both. I can talk to you on an upper collegiate level, and I can talk to you on a level that's universal that everybody understands. You may hear some colorful language over here. Some of our grandmaster teachers were no stranger to using colorful language. I'm going to say it to you like this, because I really want to make this point about that, people that keep going on about, oh, somebody cursing. If the only thing that you focus on is an expletive and you don't get the lesson, then that says a lot about your state of mind and your intelligence. See, all these old cliches, there's some truth to if there's a person that only thing they do is curse. Okay, yeah, that shows a limited vocabulary. But let me tell you something. This platform hasn't been up for this long, and this many people don't come in to tune into what I say if they view me as an unintelligent person. I cover things that a lot of people with channels twice, 2-3 times the size of mine never cover. And there's people over here in this chat room that can vouch and say, you know what? I didn't know that until I came to your platforms, GBS. So now, for whoever that concerns, there you have it. Now, let me be polite and scroll up and greet the esteemed guests in my chat room. I see the good brother Dad Miller TV. I see Patricia Slade, our little country lamb, DSA1, Lakeisha Morehouse, Andre Mobley Sr., To Stay Woke, Mungo Slade, Stun Zed is in here, D. Foster, Tasha Peters, Jason Ferreira, unseen but well heard, and that brother right there is a good dude from Kentucky. I see James in here, Project Leroy, my good brother, CRU Reality, I Prince Majestic. Oh yeah, we finna give them what they asked for tonight. I Prince Majestic 2.0. Seven Skills is in here, Sunkissed TMH, Devin Haley, Opal Ivy, Derek Parker's in here, A Goddess Navi is joining us, fabulous fro on her head. The excellently polite and very intelligent sister, humble sister, the awesome librarian, Patricia Jenkins. Food Ophelia is in here. D. Shep's in here. Lee Holmes, D. Lieutenant. And salute to you as well. Glad you joined us. Tam Chan is in here. Welcome to you, sister. Chi Banana. Diesel Mike is in the house. Let's see. I see the brother Bruce over here. Leroy Brown. Making sure I don't miss anyone. The good brother Nightfall Drop. Let's see, going down. Make sure I say, oh, my good brother, Black Voltron Reloaded. Oh, brother, you're going to enjoy this tonight. Sinister Ballers over here. The Hula Gang is in here. Let's see, making sure I don't miss anybody. That's what I see so far. I see FRNTLN Noya's in here. Salute and welcome to you, ladies and gentlemen, all of you that will be joining us in attendance tonight. So now, without further ado, white folks gather around for a white alabaster class of America. Come on over here, boy. 3-2 Tony. That's right. Lice loaded Linda. Come on over here. Get over here. You want to be in black folks' business? I've got something for you tonight. Oh, yes, I do. Take a good look at your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Children of the Chalk. This series right here is going to right or wrong in America today. Now, like you darkies, you little niggers gathered over here to this GBS's channel, you need to understand something. White people are a very important part of American culture. Never mind that a lot of our ancestors built the wealth of this country off your backs, and we've never built anything without the help of your ancestors. Never mind that. We just erased that from history. We're the greatest, most important, intelligent thing since sliced bread, like the sliced bread with the angry face that you're looking at on your screen. So now, damn it, this here Children of the Chalk series is going to give the white man and woman of America their just due. You damn right. You little darkies over here going to see just how important these white people of America are, and we going to start this thing out by taking us a good old trip to Kentucky. That's right. We're going straight on up to Appalachia, the crown jewel of Appalachia. We're going to look at some of the culture in Kentucky amongst the Alabaster class and hold on to your hats. Now listen, I understand that I'm over here on GBS's channel talking to you, but I'm gonna say something that I've been needing to address with you darkies for a minute. Listen now, a lot of you've seen the dating market in America right now. It's tough times for everybody. You should be able to empathize with that. So now, I've seen these little nasty comments and running jokes about how sometimes, hey, if we can't find nobody, we just keep it all in the family. Listen, little brother, sister, love action, no cousin, loving. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, stop judging us off of that. That's exactly why we only have really about 3 brain cells between us, because our genetic chromosomes are so mixed up, they look like a dish of mashed potatoes. That's why we don't have the common sense God gave us those. That doesn't mean that our IQs are not higher than y'all's. Okay, fam, I'm sorry. I let the redneck have his say, you know what I'm saying? Because look, this is about, they want to be honored during Black History Month. So I let the redneck have his piece. So, we gonna look, the stuff that he had to say. Listen, y'all over here laughing in this chat room. Why is y'all laughing at Alabaster, America? How dare you laugh at these Appalachians? That y'all ain't right for that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get the serious business. So I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and take this journey over here. And like I said, this is going to be an ongoing series. I'm going to do them wherever I feel like it, how many of I feel like it. In fact, there's a playlist created just for it. We are going to clown them, but we're going to do it with the truth, and it's going to be very educational. I'm going to show them who they really are, since you want to play games with me. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started.
Work through this.
You're a thief.
What did I
Leave
steal?
The
I didn't steal anything.
I got you on camera going to the other room, taking things that you just felt like you wanted to have.
I needed a blanket.
Welcome to Appalachia, I guess. This was the first night on my trip through Appalachia land, and boy, was it a memorable one. I'll get to the whole what happened later in this video, but it was seriously unbelievable. Maybe not to the people who live in this county, though. Based on the interactions I had with the sheriff and all, I think this happens just about every night. Yes, the sheriff. It was a long night. Now, I've spent a lot of time talking about the problems of the country.
Oh, damn. Ladies and gentlemen, what have we here on the screen? Woo, woo. Now, listen, I've been told I'm very intelligent, but I try to be a humble man, and I don't think that I know everything there is, because as long as you're living, you're supposed to be learning. But ladies and gentlemen, that appears, now I could be wrong, that appears to be some sort of gas station to me. And let's observe this scenery here before we get deeper into fine Appalachian jewels that we're about to behold here tonight. Oh, we're just getting started. Oh, now you look at the background, you see it's a poor, dilapidated building. Now, reason why I'm pausing on this because we're always told how lazy we are, and we don't work hard, and that the white man is the hardest working thing that God put on the green earth. So I would think that wherever you living, you need to get to fixing that up. I don't think that's supposed to look that way if you so hard working. And you see right next to it, there's one of the pastimes of Alabaster, America. It appears to be a camper to a mobile home, a trailer. Okay. And if you look at the scenery behind that, this tells you where we are in America. So I just want to make some observances so that you can understand now. We're the lazy ones, but this is where they live. Let's let it continue.
Terrible homeless issues out west, the violence in our inner cities, and the rural poverty. Your idea of poverty is probably different from mine, but out here is on another level. I'm not sure if they know or even care how poor they are here, and the poverty of the place isn't going to be the only focus, but it's a big part of what we'll see here. This trip would be 3 weeks of crisscrossing the tiny mountain roads in some of our most isolated communities. There are people back here who have never even left this region before. Some never will. We'll see some big cities too. Well, big for here. And as we'll see, it's a far different way of life in these twists and turns. The values, the culture, and especially the way they view success. You could say it's the most unique place in the country. And we're going to see it all during the dead of winter. I guess this is going to be Appalachia without its makeup on.
Woo! Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, now listen, we got to stop and take a good look at this because, see, I want you to appreciate what you're viewing here. We all need to soak this in. Got to pause on this screen right here for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with what we see parked out front. The good old classic redneck transportation mode pastime of America. Good old pickup truck. Now, behind the pickup truck, I know that what I'm showing you here is going to make a lot of you envious and a lot of you very jealous because, where y'all living, look, I got to break the news to you, okay? Some of y'all just not going to be able to achieve this, okay? I get it. A lot of y'all probably would love to have you a nice run down hills have eyes experiment looking trailer. We can't all be this great. Listen, our IQs are just too low to accomplish this. You understand? So y'all gonna have to get over that in the chat room. So don't be hating. Don't be hating on Jim Ball Diggs in there in his crib. Look, they need to do a MTV girl. No, not MTV. What I'm saying, we need to do a version of Cribs. Show highlighting this stuff, boy. See, I gave myself another content idea. That's probably gonna be coming too. I told you they should have left me the fuck alone. Okay, they're gonna get what they asked for tonight. I told you. So now, if you study this fine abode here and the rules of Appalachia, you see it's got a washed out driveway with a big puddle of muddy water, and there's a shed or some type of redneck experimentation building attached to the mobile home. And there's a big old recliner sitting on the front of what looks like a makeshift porch. Now, Black America listening to the sound of my voice. Yes, there are poor people in Black America. Okay, there's poor people here in this country. But damn it, I want y'all to sound off on something if you've heard the elders in your family say this. How many of y'all have been told that we may be poor, but we can be clean? Okay. Am I the only one that has heard that? Okay. Even if that doesn't apply to you as far as being poor, because I'm not going to sit here. Okay. And that's the real part that they're going to hate about it. All right. Because, I don't, what I'm saying? I'm not bragging. I don't come from a destitute family or background. Okay. And I would never look down on anybody in Black America that is that way, because that is the white supremacist fault. And that's why we're going to stay on their necks for these reparations. Okay. But we've always been told in our families, everybody's got a black relative to say, yeah, you might be poor, but you can still be clean. You ain't got to be nasty just because you're poor. Family, let me ask y'all a question. This is the outside of this, because a lot of you, wherever you are in this country, we all know white people that live this way. Oh, yes, you white supremacists, the ones you that see. Look, I get it. I'm going to tell you something. They probably think that I'm going to be cruel with this. I'm not. I get it. When you sitting in here, because see, first of all, the only thing I'm amazed about, I will say this. Those are the ones that come over here trolling us online and in their little Twitter spaces. If you living like this, I get it. I understand why you mad. I get it. Look, a lot of my audience, when y'all be pissed off, if this is where you had to live, like you ain't got, look, you got two choices in life. You so destitute and broke, okay, that you can either live outside or live in that. Damn, there's some tough choices, ain't it? The only thing I'm amazed about is like, how in the hell do you get internet access if you live in somewhere like this? The service can't be too good. So they're very creative. They figured out. I'm laughing here because I got to laugh at this because this is where they live. They figured out how to have internet access to harass us, but you need to get to using some of that high IQ, okay, that high IQ that you have, scratch a couple of them lights out your head. You know, so well, here, some of the lights might be contributing to the sentient intelligence that they actually have. So maybe they don't know. Don't flick your lights out, because I get it. Without no lights, you might just be in a vegetative state. They're probably driving the car that keeps you going in a sentient state. So don't flick the lights out. Never mind that. It's unsanitary, but if you need it, you need it. Listen, if you work so hard, when you get out there with your hands and fix this up and clean this area up, moreover than that, besides being so hardworking, I'm going to tell you, like the late, great Paul Mooney has said, I really don't have too much sympathy for the homeless Alabaster class of America because that is a waste of porcelain skin. Do you understand how much of an abject failure you must be in the United States of America, white supremacist built nation, from history on forward to present day, that has been designed for you to fail up? And you still can't make it? This is the best you can do, and you have the Alabaster audacity, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep using it, the Alabaster audacity to bring your ignorant, lice-infested head asses over here to my platform to try to critique something that's true that you can look up. See, this is why you don't succeed. This is why you don't succeed. You got your focus everywhere. Look, let me tell you something. This is real talk right here. If I live like this, I would not be focused on other people. I've got a me problem. But then again, I understand you better than most people do. After generations and generations of good old cousin living, that's right, y'all can use that if you want to. We got to call it a good old cousin living and, you know, brothers, sisters, you know what I'm saying? And see, some of you, you know what I'm saying? You actually brothers and uncles at the same time. Look, all kinds of genetic foolishness and madness in your families. This is why you're not able to put 2 and 2 together and get 4. You're actually genetically not able to do that if you come from that type of incestuous background. Oh, but see, you know, let me stop right here because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got so much more to show you. In fact, let me do that right. We've got such wonderful sights to show you. Alabaster America, this is your moment in Black history. Let us continue.
What are the people? Me? Respect. If you do not respect me, you ain't getting nothing from me. Because I tell you right now, respect is not given his damn earned with me, son. I promise you, I'm not a hard dude at all, but now, you will respect, or else. You respect my place or you get away from it. You see I don't live no luxurious life whatsoever, but now you will respect my house or you will get the hell out of it. Now, I don't care if that's my family. I don't give a shit if it's you. I don't care who it is. You will respect my family and my house or you'll have to leave. Or you'll have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, now, this Billy of the Hill here, because he has on Billy of the Hill attire, hillbilly, for those that not understanding what that is. He's got the classic, you know what I'm saying, good old redneck snow white beard. He's got suspenders on, got that good old Hatfield McCoy hat on. I'm actually shocked. He said that he doesn't live a luxurious lifestyle. Shit, sir, I can't tell. You seem to be very wealthy. You know, I mean, family. Would any of you have mistaken him to not live a luxurious lifestyle? Come on, man. Oh, I know, Brother Bruce, it's hard to speak redneckese. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't live in the South. Basically, Brother Bruce, what the specimen of a redneck, because this would be a redneck patriarch right here, okay? A crimson neck patriarch, whichever you want to choose. He basically said, hold on. Let me put on their particular voice because we're doing this to honor this particular class of male mutant. Basically, what he said there, good Brother Bruce, is you going to respect him and his household, because if you don't respect him, you going to get the hell out. And that goes family and anybody else there. Now. So see, I understand that when they say it in the natural redneckese speak, that it's kind of hard to understand when they run the words together. You got to understand, man, we don't have but like a fraction of a chromosome between us because of all that good old cousin living that I was talking about. So, good Brother Bruce, I hope that kind of helps out. And ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything you don't understand, because there might be a lot of it tonight, I will translate the redneck age. See, that's one thing that I've learned to do down here in Georgia. That's why I can sound like this and talk like this. I can come on here or go on somebody else's platform and speak the same way. You wouldn't know that this was GBS you was talking to. You sure wouldn't now. So I'm just letting you know. Look, okay, so, you know, I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your friend. I'm here for you. The redneckese that you're not able to understand, I'm going to help y'all with it tonight. We got you, baby. Yes, we going to honor these Alabaster people. Listen, all of you in my chat room, it's time for you to stop ignoring these good old hard-working, intelligent specimens of porcelain on your screen here. Let's get back to it.
Take me out somewhere, you know, so that's just the way it is.
That's Brian Baird. He and his family live a mile or so off the highway in the middle of rural eastern Kentucky. Cool guy, makes lots of sense. I was a little delighted when we first started talking. We were just kind of meandering around the rural back roads of Kentucky on a dreary winter morning, and he just waved hello from his porch, so we stopped and got to know him a bit.
Humanity comes forward any politics in my book, you know. If you're not going to go up in western or eastern Kentucky and help them little fellows up there in bad shape, don't go to New York, son of a bitch is rich, and help that bunch. You see what I'm saying? You help the people that's most down. And that's exactly the way I see it.
See, what he's saying here, he's saying that basically what you need to do, you don't go and help the rich folks. I'm sorry. You don't go and help the rich. You basically need to help the people that are most down. You know, so that's the way he says it now. Listen, this is a fine scholar of Appalachia, and I want y'all to soak in this here knowledge because you ain't going to get this stuff nowhere else. Oh, boy, listen, I know that a lot of them had told you this, but I'm going to show you right now. Everybody, and I said right, that's right. Right now, while a lot of you in this chat room, you ain't going to never have hope to measure up to this, boy. We are showing you the best that white Appalachia has to offer. Eat your hearts out. Let's get back to it. Fair use. Fair use.
You know.
It was while talking to Brian that my whole mindset for this place changed. And it was only my second day here. I came into this place thinking I would talk to folks that were a little backwoods with a little hillbilly mixed in. I guess Brian had that going. But to me, everything he said kind of made sense. He has just a simple, no-nonsense outlook on everything. I talked to a bunch of people when I was here for the month, but Brian really stood out to me. Now, you might be wondering, why am I here? Regular folks probably don't get back into the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. Well, a long time ago, I saw this article in the USA Today. It talks about the poorest county. Of our 25 poorest counties are in Kentucky. I was like, that's crazy. I need to go there and see what the heck is there. So out of the 9 counties, the poorest one, a place.
Boy, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't even got close to being done with this tonight. Y'all seen these places? Cause look, I know a lot of you brothers and sisters that live in especially urban and metro areas, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Look, the Corey Holcomb thing, you ain't never seen a show like this. Oh, you ain't never seen no show like this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, because right now there's some sisters and brothers, man, y'all living in very nice homes, kick back, chilling. You like, man, what the hell is this? Yes, these places, this is why they're so angry. This is where they live. And again, if you white in America in a system that's set for you to fail up and this is where you forced to live, yeah, you should be pissed off. You are a waste of porcelain skin. Everything is set up to help you benefit and thrive. Okay? So I get it. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is real foolish. And this is one of their own that has gone to dig up this fine broadcast journalism. And good brother Jay, you said me and brother Tariq need to do a skit for Redneck. Hey man, listen. If Flakes want me to do a voiceover character, man, y'all reach out to him and let him know, man. Bring it to his attention. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, boy, let me tell y'all something now. Brother James, what you just suggested, you see I'm a fool with these damn impersonations over here. I hadn't even really dipped into my bag yet on a lot of that stuff because, like, I try to keep it somewhat serious, but we going to clown these jokers over here tonight. So you're going to be hearing a lot of these types of accents over here, but y'all ain't ready for that. Look, man, listen, man, Brother Flakes is already funny on his own, man. Don't have me doing no voiceover. One of the white supremacist characters or whatever if you decide to do something like that, man. You listen, boy. Y'all have to get y'all some Depends because I will have you peeing on yourself laughing, which is what you might be doing over here tonight because we ain't done yet. But see, let's look at this neighborhood, right? All right. Maybe those of you that had so much to say under that Jesse Ventura short, maybe you would like to explain to me how you going to be the hardest working group in America according to hear y'all tell it. But you got a front yard that look like this. Got a front yard look like this. Listen, man. Can't do nothing about where you at because your funds is tight. Okay, I understand. I get it. There's a simple old school tool called a rake and the wheelbarrow. Now, if you too poor for the leaf blower, that's the option you're going to have to use. You can rake this up and make it look somewhat presentable. I know old elderly black people that have yards that don't look like this, and some of them maintain those yards themselves. You got some explaining to do, Alabaster America, because see, I just, I got questions. You got such a hard work ethic, but your yard look like this? I'm just saying. Oh, we going there tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They came over here to get their 2 cents worth. We going to give them a lot of our 2 cents worth. Let's let it continue.
McCreary County. It's right on the Tennessee border. More than half the population here is on welfare. And that's where my trip in Appalachia land would start, at a place called Whitley City. The Appalachian region goes from New York all the way down to the north part of the Deep South. A lot of us have never been back here before. On this road trip, I'd spend my time in the middle of Appalachia land, parts of Tennessee, West Virginia, and right here in Kentucky. Now, if I were to come up here in the summer, it would look way different. It would be very green and blue. If I came in the fall, it would be very orange. But this is winter time. For 4 months a year, it's very gray and brown. Some people might think this is beautiful. I think it kind of looks spooky, dreamy. You could call this place McCreary County. The air up here is cold and damp in the wintertime. They call it airish. I don't like airish.
Family, you know what? You know what I just thought about? Because, see, I'm actually learning with you over here tonight as we examine these things that we're beholding in this fine portion of Appalachia known as Kentucky here, Alabaster, Kentucky. I can imagine that for the white affluent families in these types of places that exist across America, I can imagine for the white affluent families that this right here, the very threatening of this, all right, boy, I'm going to send you down here to Kentucky or West Virginia to live with us. No! Can you imagine how little white children would cry if they knew that they had to go live in this? When they actually live in a decent place, that would be a punishment. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't understand it. Look, I'm going to say it yet again. You got the highest IQs. That's what you tell us. You got all the hard work ethic. That's what you tell us. But this is the best you can do. Let me go here with this. Family, I don't know how many of you have ever visited any type of slave plantations, but history has shown us that the buildings on the plantations, they were built by our ancestors. I posit to you today that a lot of that was constructed hundreds of years ago looks better than their modern day best effort right here. Oh, damn. Did I go there? Yes, I did. I went there because you say that you're so smart and you're so hardworking, but when left to your own devices, you don't have nobody to do your labor for you. This is the best you can accomplish. I told you, I'm finna put this foot of truth in your alabaster asses tonight. Let's continue.
McCreary County is about a third the size of Rhode Island, but there's hardly anyone here. The total population's 18,000 people, and that includes the prison population, which is 1,500 inmates. There aren't any actual cities here, just places. The biggest place here has 1,200 people. That's Whitley City. That's where I am now. I think it's so rural that I heard there's like 8 stoplights in the whole county. Ain't no Costco's here. Most of the roads I drive on weren't even mapped out by Google yet.
Boy, we don't need no Costco. What's wrong with you? And listen, we got to address what you're looking at on this screen here. Now, see, let me say something to you, Alabaster America. There's no need to lie about your culture, okay? You don't deal with no flea markets. Stop that. You deal with lice markets. That's what you need. Fix the damn sign. Just tell the truth. Be you. Let it all hang out. We gonna give you your due over here tonight. Yes, we are. It's not a flea market. It's a lice market. Just call it for what it is. Shampoo. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. And listen, sisters, I know I'm cracking some of you up. Brothers, you're probably laughing too. But I'm going to give out some helpful information for you over here tonight. If you're ever faced with the holy, unholy abomination of one of these alabaster supremacists, we know with these stunningly high IQs, there's a couple of tools that you can use to deter them away from you because you're a child of God. Now, you really are. We are. We are children of the sun. And see, I'm going to help you because I want you, listen, hold on, let me switch gears for a minute. I don't know how many old school wrestling fans we have over here, but I'm going to switch my voice for a minute because I need to bring in somebody that needs to talk to you with this message of love. I love you. That's right. I don't know how many of you watched the old school WWF. But there was a guy named Brother Love, and he talked like this. Now, I have a message of love for you, black brothers and sisters. Yes, I do. I know I'm dating myself and showing my age. I'm a Gen Xer, but I love you. So if you're faced with some of these nasty anti-black racists and white supremacists, I'm showing you why they need to change the name on the sign from flea market to lice market because we know that's a problem that they have. So I'm going to give you, good brothers and sisters, some healthy advice to repel. I said repel these unholy children of the chalk. What you need is to go to your local CVS or wherever you shop and get your fine consumables from and pick you up some industrial strength shampoo and you present that thing in their faces just like it's a cross, and they will shampoo. That's right. I'm giving you this message out of love, not hate. Let's let it continue, ladies and gentlemen.
This area has kind of a mystique to it. Most people think everyone here is poor, backwoods, and on drugs. They think folks are white, conservative, and maybe uneducated. I didn't meet everyone here, but I know a lot of them don't make a lot of money, and I know a lot of them are white. And yes, drugs are a big deal here, pal. They say this whole region's 20 years behind the rest of the country. That sucks. It's never been a big place, but the people who lived here were doing a lot better before the coal industry collapsed. That's just how it is all over the Appalachians. Coal a lot in this area's coal mine closed in 1994. Without the coal mines, they don't have much in these parts in terms of jobs. There's teaching and government jobs and a decent number of factory jobs, but that's just about it. Stuff's closing down everywhere you go in this part of Kentucky. I lost count of the number of former gas stations or restaurants or mom and pops or whatever these places once were. A lot of these abandoned buildings look like somebody just walked away and the buildings just sort of slowly collapsing, like a drawn out death on the side of the road for everyone to see.
Oh, wow. The narrator, boy, he's telling it like it is, man. He's telling the truth. Listen, I can understand if they just gave up and said, you know what, fuck it. Listen, family, this stuff that we looking at, how many of you familiar with the TV series The Walking Dead? Because this is the places that they should go and they should have shot. So they probably shot some of that footage in places like this. This looks just like those dystopian future movies that you see where there's like a post-apocalyptic scenario. This is it. That they're living that right now. See, Alabaster, America. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to make an exception tonight. I don't like to brag about what the good Lord has blessed me to have, but I have two very nice, very, very, very nice, plush, comfortable homes. Okay? Yes, I even have enclosed garages. Very nice vehicles do I drive when I put my incredibly magnificent black bottom into any of my expensive cars. I don't understand what it is like to live like you. I do. Now, I'm saying this because you've deprived my people of a great deal and you've propped yourselves up on our backs, but yet a lot of us still manage to thrive in a system that was meant to deprive us of resources and a lot of very nice things, but some of us do quite well for ourselves. So I look upon you at your condition, and I'm asking this question in all seriousness. Why is it that you do not go to the upper echelons of your society and these political parties and ask them to actually give you some actual tangibles to help you out of your situation? Because see, basically, you cousin lovers, you're basically the grunts of white supremacy. You do all the hard work. You get up and you have black people on the brain every day, but you don't get any reward for it, do you now? I know that must sting when you wake up in the morning. I know it burns you up because my chat room gathered over here, they are very successful black people. Yes, they are, and they would be even more successful if reparations were paid. But see, you're going to continue to pay the price until you do right by God's children. You're going to pay one way or another. So, you know, a lot of this that you're living right now, hey, the universe has a way of dealing with injustice. So this is what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. I just, y'all know I don't brag, but I just want to give them a little something, you know what I'm saying, to compare and contrast to. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's no one in my family that lives like this. I don't understand what this is. I know it exists. We have all driven through places like this, but damn it, this the best you can do, Alabaster, America, with all these fine quality skills that you tell us that you have at your disposal. You know, I got questions, ladies and gentlemen. Look, maybe y'all can educate me and enlighten me in the chat room. Let's let it continue.
Only 40% of folks here who can work do. The average person makes about $10,000 a year. One local business owner told me the problem isn't more jobs, it's finding people who want to work. A lot of the population here is either retired or can't pass a drug test. Some of the local factories are even lowering their own drug test bar.
Wait just a damn minute. Oh no. Oh, you should have let these little ebony ears hear this. Did he just say what I thought he said, family? Did he say that the problem is finding people that want to work? Did he just say that the problem is finding people that could pass a drug test? Oh, clutch the pearls. Oh my God. What is this truth that this white man is speaking? What is it? You know that they say, well, what about black on black crime? We're lazy and all this. Are you serious? Pray tell, is it that Alabaster America? Oh, wait a minute. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. My age is showing. I forgot about this meth epidemic that you got going on all across the country right now. And see, you all know what Jim Crow Joe Biden and the Republicans used the 94 crime bill to their advantage also. Okay, the Democrats wrote it, the Republicans used it. You know, you mass incarcerated black folks when you dump drugs into our neighborhood, but see, you're not going to mass incarcerate your Alabaster community here because, you know, you've got a whole society set for you to fail up. So what you do, you designate a health condition, and now something that's mandatory for a job to have, a drug screening test, so that you've got competent, coherent employees that can safely operate whatever equipment. You are so staunchly connected to lowering the bar for your abysmal incompetence that you would diminish the standards of a drug test? Well, I got questions, boy. What kinds of drug are you omitting? Is it this meth? Because that's the stuff that y'all seem to like. Is it that good old fentanyl? Well, a lot of y'all ain't going to live long enough to apply for no job if you on that stuff anyway, boy. Is it angel dust, PCP? What is it now? Because, you know, I could almost give you a pass if you said I'm going to kind of waive the marijuana standard. I wouldn't do it, but I would understand. But see, a lot of y'all do that hard drug stuff. So I'm just wondering, what type of drugs are you omitting so that you can help them fail up and actually do some real work? I wonder. Maybe you ladies and gentlemen in the chat room can figure it out. Let's continue.
Hire more people. I guess you could say there's kind of an excuse for the poverty here, but not for the level of poverty. They can do better if they choose to. And it's like that all over Appalachia. There's only 2 other counties in the country where more than half the population's on welfare. And they're both here in this part of Kentucky, where I am now.
Oh my God, you don't say. Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I would be remiss. We're going to talk about Kentucky and not mention the crown jewel of all redneck academia. Okay, the land of rednecks, redneck academia. Oley County, Kentucky, Kentucky. Oley County, Kentucky. Oh, yes. You win the prize for, what is it? Say it with me. The poorest county in all of America. Over 90% white, over 90% on good old welfare. You know that you claim that mostly black people on. Now, if you know anything about math and actual statistics, it's most of your people that's on that, on those social programs. Be honest, I wish they would get rid of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to hurt most of y'all, not black folks. And my good brother, Kid Gravity, done showed up all, brother, you in for a treat with this one tonight. My good brother, Kid Gravity, my good kind sir, he said that it's a bunch of Miller High Life flowing through their fucked up teeth. I'll posit to you this, my good brother, Kid Gravity, it's not Miller High Life. You don't understand the ways of Appalachia. Listen here. We don't buy Miller High Life and a lot of that corporate beer. We don't trust that because, you know, they hire darkies. We go out in the back of these woods that you looking at on this here screen bar and we makes up some damn moonshine. That's we drinks over here that takes all our damn teeth out. Why do you think G-Bass is always talking about a 3-2 Tony? That's a real thing right there. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of y'all like to laugh when he says 3-2 Tony. Let me tell you something, boy. You little negress. If 3-2 Tony happens to latch on to you with them damn 3 teeth in his mouth, he will saw your damn arm clean off. Now laugh at that, huh? That's right, see? Well, y'all don't understand the hidden powers of Alabaster America. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't laughed hard at all until you seen one of these ignorant 1.5% chromosome having bastards right here, drunk or high off some moonshine. You ain't seen it. That is the greatest comedy show on earth. I'm going to tell you now, watch from a safe distance because you don't know what they might do. I just wanted to take that time to enlighten you all. But, oh, I told you, man. Yeah, y'all, listen, tonight, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The stuff I got lined for y'all in this ongoing series. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. But see, my point is this, though. Again, just look at everything that we're going to be observing here tonight. Listen to the conditions. The narrator's telling the truth. This your own people putting you out here like this. I'm not doing this. He took the footage, not me. Okay? You got some questions to answer, Alabaster America. See, ladies and gentlemen, the next time they start trolling and trying to get on you, you show them this series over here, particularly this stream, okay? You show them this and ask them like, hold up now. If you're going to tell everybody about how much better they need to do, then you should be some type of above board standard. And I'm telling you right now, I don't see what that standard is right here. Let's let it continue.
20% of people here don't have internet. 25% didn't ever graduate high school. 7% went to college. And guess how they voted? Probably the hardest red they could. Look at this map. There's very few Democrat areas in this entire state. It's Social Security, disability, Medicare. And a lot of these people are unhealthy. A lot of them are overweight or have cancer or diabetes. There's only one urgent care and one dentist in the entire county, so nonprofits have to chip in and get folks care. We have to talk about the drugs. It's terrible here. Worse than you can imagine. Meth, heroin, pain pills.
Let me pause it right here and see, listen. Narrator, I know you meant well, you know, talking about the dentist, but you got to understand that it is a badge of honor in the hallowed halls of Redneck academia to graduate to a stage of being toothless. You know, like I said, 3-2 Tony's almost there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they've got different levels to this, so really a dentist is not needed. I just wanted to point that part out, you know, for his edification. Let's get back to it.
Fentanyl, booze. Look at this. It's an old apartment complex in town that had been condemned, but people actually live here. It's missing parts of walls and windows, and keep in mind it's below freezing this time of year. Locals say the cops are always running druggies out of here, people who were squatting and making drugs somewhere inside this building. I've not ever seen anything quite like.
Let's tell the whole truth about that. A lot of the cops are on drugs themselves, and the only people that they run out are the people that don't agree to supply them. But see, family, I got to ask a question. We got over 100 and something people gathered in here. I'm going to ask you a question because they always talking trash about black folks and black America. Y'all live in the ghettos. Let me tell you something. I ain't never seen no projects look like this. Have y'all? I've been all across this. I ain't never seen no projects look like this. And look, it's some rough looking projects, but what we seeing on the screen here, come on, family. Oh, we gonna tell the whole truth over here tonight. How many of y'all seen projects that look like what we showing here? Because if y'all think this is bad, I'm telling you, you probably like, GBS, it gets worse. Oh, yes, it gets worse. You ain't seen nothing yet. I ain't never seen, look, they may be old, run down, but this kind of stuff here, come on, listen, let me tell y'all something, right? Let me tell you something. My sister Netta J. Netta said, I've never seen anything like this in Black Navy. That's right, because we don't, look, a lot of our grandfathers, grandparents, or whatever, and even people in present day, because yes, we're in a modern era. Before I would let my home get like this, let me tell you something. I learned carpentry from my uncles and my grandfather. I would get my ass up there and take care of my roof. I would do that myself. I would go get what materials I need and get the job done myself, and that's what I was living in. Where is all this hard work and this rugged survival nature we keep hearing about? Because if you got a group of men in a community like this, how y'all don't get together and say, hey, man, we gonna make sure that we ain't down this bad? You're supposed to be able to do something, but I know why you don't. Because, see, most of your money that you get, well, the narrator is telling you where it's going. Y'all got to supply them good old drug habits. But, yeah, the problem is black folks, huh? We didn't do this to you. Let's let it continue.
This before, and I've seen a lot of stuff. But all over town, there's houses where somebody's battling drug abuse or has just once again attempted to break their addiction. You could say southeastern Kentucky is a black hole that revolves around drugs and church. I talked to a business owner in town, a guy named Mark Sewell. He runs the Dairy Bar. It's a funky throwback diner that's been here since 1929. Mark's lived in this county his entire life. He loves it here, but had to admit this county's in rough shape.
I've lived in McCreary County all my life, and it's undergone a lot of change. A lot of it has not been good economically. A lot of the change started to happen in the late 80s, I guess it was, when the coal mine closed. They were the largest employer besides the school system. The school system is now the largest employer that's in the county. But the coal mine was the largest employer. Of course, they paid the most money, and they were getting, I think, $100 a ton for the coal at the time. And bottom fell out of the coal market. So Georgia Power bought that out, and they shut it down. Guys went into work like for third shift and came out the next morning, and they told them,
okay, let's deal with this coal mine issue. The coal mines left, the coal mines left, the coal mines left, the coal mines left. Okay, listen, let's deal with this from an intelligent point of view. I understand if that was the sustaining industry there, but see, if you have such a high IQ and you so intelligent, you would understand that, okay, the economy that sustains a place needs to be diversified. You mean to tell me that all you brilliant geniuses didn't think to say, hey, okay, we need to make sure that we go and exercise what we do have to include more industry here so that if one source of economic sustenance collapses, we'll have an alternative. Did you ever stop to think of that? Why you so busy worrying about what black people are doing regarding the creation of history and music in this country, okay, as far as the history of music creation in this country, why you worrying about that? Some of y'all live in exactly what I'm showing you. Why didn't they go do that? Think about it. If you got more than one way to sustain the economics of a town, if one collapses, you've got alternatives. But see, you know what? That's something that, you know, only actual high IQ people would think to do. Okay, you running around chasing black folks all the time when you ain't got a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of. I understand now why you're so frustrated and angry. I've always understood. I'm just showing my people what you really live like. So you need to understand something. The more that they hop in our spaces where nobody sought them out, this is what their lives are like. You know what I'm saying? And look, don't get me started on how weak they actually are for those of them that this applies to, because instead of them trying to say, okay, we're going to pull themselves, air quotes, up by their bootstraps, they go take that out on everybody else that don't have nothing to do with your condition. This is the reason why you have your little game goofy waste of space school shooters that get mad because, you know, they wasn't able to see. Look, let me tell you what really burns them up. I want y'all to be empathetic for what I'm about to say because this is a serious issue here in Alabaster, America. We got to understand. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand. Salute the Project Leroy for the cash app. Thank you, my brother. Listen, imagine if all your life, the only girl that ever showed you any type of attention or the only boy that ever showed you any type of attention was your cousin. That's right. We're going back to these cousin lovers. See, this is a very important thing we need to discuss. If they broke up with you and they decided that, you know, this incestuous relationship can't continue and they actually move on to somebody outside the bloodline, there's only one thing that will break your little porcelain alabaster heart worse. If they messed around and hopped on some soul pole. Oh my God. Ooh, can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine the little alabaster tears that would flow? Can you listen? That's exactly what it is. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, not on my worst day. I don't care what happened. If it was the last woman on earth, I would proudly go get me a lotion bottle and it would just be me and Palmer Lee. I don't want your little lice-infested, incestuous women. You're some of the nastiest things on the planet. And if you doubt that I'm telling the truth, go look in my YouTube short section and listen to the confession that Becky Bestress made about what she chooses to put in her baked goods and tell me if that's not nasty. Let's let it continue.
You know, they were done. So it was really quick, and it impacted the county, and we still feel the impact of it. I'd love to say that jobs would solve all of our problems, but the bottom line is we experience in our industry here, and it's nationwide, a shortage of labor right now. Retirees that are moving here, so they're not looking for a job. And then there's a real bad drug problem in our area. I think all of Appalachia is affected by it.
Stop. Because yes, I'm listening to him like you all, and he's here whining. Look at his eyes. I got to go here because see, Alabaster America, instead of you trying to troll black people, this is what you need to be concerned about. That's a look of pure desolation in his eyes. That is the look of a very frustrated white man. Because see, if you'll take a glance over to his shoulder, I know y'all didn't think I was going to let this go, did you? Look over his shoulder. Ooh-wee. Family, can I do it? Can I do it? Because you know I'm finna go here. That is a whole ton of funky, unwashed alabaster fun sitting back there at that table. Look at that big linebacker built alabasters back there. Got the nerve to be eating some fast food. This heifer got arms that look like tree trunks. Look at that fat pack on her back. You talking about unbig your back. Boy, look at here. That's a whole bunch of bacon that you looking at right there, boy. Look at her hair. You can tell she ain't washed it. Can you imagine the size of the lice in that motherfucker? Let me tell you something. The bigger the alabaster, the bigger the lice. There are lice the size of damn near baseballs that y'all hadn't seen out here. Let me warn you now. If you start clowning them, see, I want to make sure my people are safe. Y'all need to understand that if you piss one of them off bad enough, they'll sit there attack lice on you. Yes, this is new. Listen to me. Pay attention. I'm not being facetious. They actually have trained attack lice. The big ones, that's the side, the big ones, that's right, that's like her. Cause see, if she eating good, you know they eating good. Come on now, we got to keep it a buck. Y'all don't want to have them trained attack lice sitting on you. So just be aware that if you get to messing with them and they go and reach in, you know what I'm saying, to their head, you might better get ready to dodge like Neo from the Matrix. Cause them damn attack lice, boy, them some vicious little, you know, they don't really want black people like that, but they've trained them to be white supremacist lice as well, okay? So I just want you to know what they could retaliate with. But see, this big old boy, look at this heifer, man. Ooh. I know why he got that look in his face, because most of the women look just like that. Can you imagine? And then they have to look at our very attractive, gorgeous, lovely black women in our community. Yes, we have some overweight sisters, but let me tell you something. Overweight black women have a one rule of thumb, and everybody in here can bear me witness on this. They're going to be very clean and they're going to smell very nice. Big sisters don't play about their fashion game. They wouldn't be caught dead looking like this thing right here back at that table. Listen, let me tell y'all something, boy. That's an Alabaster version of Jabba the Hutt. It's something that I could do that would be so damn petty, boy. You know what? I would do it during this broadcast, but I don't think that I should, boy, because, like, you know, I'm killing them over here. I already know they hurt. If I decide to put that on the screen, oh, man, boy, y'all be like, GPS, don't do that. Don't do that. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll put it on the community tab. Because if I put that in here tonight, that'd just be too much. I'm sparing you white supremacists because my people probably want me to put that on the screen. Yeah, I'll put it on community tab. Because this is real life. Because see, what I was going to show you, you know, I'm a fool with this AI, right? Listen, I've had to try to restrain myself with this AI stuff because, boy, the way my mind works, the stuff that I can come up with, man. So I'm not going to do that. I'll put it on the community tab. We're going to deal with real life. Just know that what I'll decide to show you, I'll give you a hint. Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars got some competition. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to have to wait to see what I put on the community tab before I say what I mean here. But this right here, I just want you to know why he has this lost look of despair in his eyes. See, it's one thing. Let me say this, because I think this would apply to all men. It's one thing if your money ain't right and you got some inspiration to look around to help you say, you know what? Yeah, man, I should get my paper right for me, but you know, this gives me something to look forward to when I get my paper right. If you surrounded by one of these biggins like that at that table, that's no inspiration for a man to improve. In fact, let me tell you something. If y'all laughing at these folks in my chat room, let me tell you why you need to be compassionate. See, y'all really don't understand that this white man has it quite rough where he's living, and I'm going to tell you why. My good sister, Ms. L, said the big back stay mad. Yes, they do, my sister. The big back stay mad, but I want y'all to be sympathetic. Now, I don't know if y'all have it in your heart to do this, you know, but yeah, y'all going to need to understand that this white man that you're looking at, you see the size of that big old Stay Puft Marshmallow woman sitting at that table over there. Don't you know this white man actually got to fight to get, because see, look, he's a man, but you see Big Becky boy, Big Becky Saris over there, you know, Big Becky, whatever you want to call her, super supreme buffet master that she is, she's quite sizable. They have to fight them heifers for food where they at. You understand? Can you imagine? Look, let me tell you something, boy. Y'all don't understand how petty I can be. I will create an AI graphic design of a bunch of big back Beckysaurus Rexes running around like a bunch of wild hogs in fields tearing up shit. Cause see, this is what they probably do over there. They starving for a reason because that wildebeest back there is tearing up all the food supplies. So y'all be sympathetic. This is why, look, he looked like he's scared to really talk too loud because see, whatever he's got on his table, if what she's got over there isn't enough, you know what the deal is. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. I'm hungry. What I had was an appetizer and it didn't fill me up. Now, either you gonna get down or lay down. Which is it gonna be? I'm just saying, family, y'all need to understand. So we gonna let this continue. Look, white boy, I feel your plight. I get it. You in a fight for survival. Let's let it continue.
They tell me that a lot of the factories have dropped their standards as far as drug testing and things like that. Maybe they're not as strict on some policies. I can't verify that, but just to try to get employees. So I'd like to say, yeah, jobs would really help us, but I'm not sure that you can fill very many jobs. I don't know that there's...
Oh, I got to say this, because I can't contain it. Family, while I let this play, I want you to never mind what he's saying, because I'm going to tell you, I don't have no sympathy if you got that porcelain skin and you can't fill up in life like the system has been designed for them to do. Never mind him. I want you to observe the technique of this buffet master over there, this Alabaster buffet master over there at that table. Boy, she working that plate, ain't she? Boy, you seen how them fork techniques? Listen, man, you know what I'm probably gonna do? Don't be surprised if you see a thumbnail on one Children of the Chalk series where I got a big old AI design buffet master, but see, go to show you how my petty work, because see, y'all should have left this channel alone. I just may design it where Big Beckysaurus Rex over there is at the table, and instead of plates, the plates are designed like records on turntables, working them. Boy, I told y'all, they don't want to play with me, man. I'm a different level of a fool, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Let's get back to it.
That much available labor. So it's a sad, kind of a sad thing to start thinking about and working through those situations. It's tough.
Okay, so I guess this would be a good time to explain what was all about that hotel and that guy I showed you earlier. So here's the situation. We booked a room at a place called the Fairbridge Inn on Highway 27 in Whitley City. I was told there were only 2 other hotels in the entire county, and this was the quote-unquote good one. So I thought, I'd be okay. It can't be that bad. Boy, was it bad. The hotel's a freaking mess. It smells like cigarettes. They leave all the room doors open all day to air them out. Well, I got in my room and I pulled the covers back and I saw my blankets. One had burn holes all over it and the other had blood all over it. I was like, this is the most disgusting hotel room I've ever seen. Well, as you might guess, I wanted different blankets. So I asked for them and they said, we don't have any more blankets. So I just went into one of those other open rooms and found some blankets that didn't have as many burn holes or as much blood. Big mistake, I guess. This guy here, I think he's security, came rushing down and he told me he's kicking me out because I stole blankets. He even called the cops.
My name is get off of my
Do not
property,
touch
man.
me.
I'm
Do
not
not
going to
touch
touch
me.
you.
Okay.
But
Tell-
if you don't leave the property,
I'll leave.
you're going to be in more trouble because now you're trespassing.
Okay.
Leave the property.
Why? Why? I'm just asking you why.
Because you're a thief.
I'm a thief. What did I
Let me
steal?
say it again. He's a thief.
What did I steal?
Get out of here, man.
I took a blanket from another room because
Do
the
me a
blanket
favor.
that
Do
I
me
was
a favor.
given.
Get off the property. If I tell you again, you're going to have a bigger problem on your hands. I'm down. You've already been asked once. More than once.
What did I do?
Get off the property.
What did I do?
Okay. He's a thief.
I'm a thief.
Yeah, big thief.
What is your name? What's your name?
It's Jack of all trades. Keep bothering me, man. Please keep bothering me.
I'm not bothering anybody.
There you are. It's pricks like you that we got to deal with on a daily basis. Don't think you're not being recorded on all my cameras. I'm going to post you bigger than shit too, buddy.
It was my first night in Appalachia land, and I was like, damn, this place is crazy. The first person I met when I got here was seriously troubled. The sheriff department showed up, and they were super nice guys.
Oh, family, did you hear that situation right there? Now, I have to keep going back to what they've told us, because this is what we must consider here, the things that we've been told by these anti-black racists. We've been told about their extremely high IQs. Now, last time I checked, it doesn't require an extremely high IQ to know how to do laundry, especially if you have a business that, like a hotel where, you're going to have clients staying there. The least that you could do is offer them clean linens on the bed. But hey, meth, drugs, rock and roll, baby. And then when confronted about it, he tried to say, you're a thief. You took a blanket from another room. Who you think you are? Coming down here to this nice country crown jewel of Appalachia. If we sleep in feces blankets, blood blankets, meth sprinkled blankets, you're not too good to do the same damn thing. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do, boy. That's right. That's what his problem was with him. And listen, you heard the tone that he took with him. When they start talking like that, boy, all right now, you keep on playing. You keep on playing. I'm going to show you a thing or two. And see, one of the funniest things in the world is to see 2 of them Alabasters going back and forth with each other over some nonsense. I'm going to tell you, it's one of my guilty pleasures. I get my popcorn and my, nice, cool, natural, organic beverages, and I sit back and I watch it. I enjoy it. I do. So I just, I'm just showing you all what they got to deal with in this fine pace of real estate here in America. Let's get back to it.
Guys, They told me they have to deal with this type of stuff every night in this county. I felt bad for the sheriff deputies that showed up, and I could tell they felt bad for me. One of them told me they try so hard to get folks like us to come to the county and spend money, and then this happens. It just doesn't make sense, they said. There aren't a lot of murders out here, but there's a lot of property crime, robberies, drug crimes, stolen cars, that kind of thing. But it doesn't feel dangerous to me here. I didn't feel threatened taking back roads until they ended up.
Oh, here it come, family. Look at what we're looking at. Oh, boy, look at the boy ain't got a pot to piss in, when to throw it out of, but they took time to go and steal some paint from somewhere and paint that Confederate flag over there on their little shack. Cause see, let me tell you something too. See, look here. This is something I'm gonna throw my brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa a bone on, okay? Because I know a lot of you might be watching this as well. First and foremost, you know, we don't talk about y'all living in mud huts and things like that. But see, let me show you what you don't get to see. Because white America ain't gonna show you what I'm showing you here or what he's showing you. I'm just presenting it to you all. This is what they live like. A lot of these white folks that some of y'all can't be waiting to get up under, dying to get up under. Okay, this is what the other half of their people really live like. See, they don't show you this part. When they start talking to you about mud huts, y'all need to start using this type of stuff to get on their asses. I'm helping the on cold brothers and sisters on the continent and in the Caribbean out. Because my Caribbean brothers and sisters, I think they know this. A lot of people in the continent of Africa, though, they don't know this. They think that all white people, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of the brothers and sisters on the continent, they think that all white people live in luxurious high rises and shit like that. They have this preconceived notion, you know, being somewhat facetious, but a lot of them do think that all white people live very well. No, they don't. This is the underbelly of Alabaster America that I'm showing you. You're going to see things that blow your mind. Hell, even people of my lineage, foundational Black American freedmen, we must pronounce that in a regal royal way. I know a lot of you that are gathered over here, this is blowing your minds today. You probably thought that nothing like this could possibly ever exist, but it does. It does. This is in the hells and the rules. Alabaster, Appalachia. So what we're going to do is continue our examination of this alabaster abomination.
In someone's front yard, and that happened a lot. Now you might look at all of this and think, these poor people, but this is how they want to live, out in the country away from you and me. The heart wants what the heart wants. It was while meandering around these back roads when we met that old-timer Brian we met earlier. His family's been living in these hollers forever now. He calls himself a chicken fighter, which means he fights roosters. We drove past his field where he had all these roosters and...
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that right. He calls himself a chicken fighter. Now, I know that, you know, everybody has different means of amusement and different recreational hobbies. I'm going to present to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, a hobby that many of you probably didn't know existed, because he's going to explain about this chicken fighting. It is something that, you know, the rednecks around the country here, they hold in high esteem. When they're not, you know, practicing anti-Black racism, you would wonder that in such a destitute, vast alabaster wilderness that they allow to exist with their high IQs, you know, for reasons that we probably just, you know, not intelligent enough to understand, you would ask yourself, what forms of recreation do they have? Well, I'm going to show you the type of recreation they have. Let's get into this.
Cages everywhere. Unbelievable. This is all way out in an old beat-up road, miles from town. And town isn't really a town.
That's the religion. Now, I'm a rooster fighter. You can tell exactly what I do. I'm a rooster fighter. I'm wanting rid of them now. I'm tired of them. Been tired of them for 5 years. Getting too damn old for them. Can't take care of them like I want to. I have to hire somebody to do it. But hey, I've always told everybody, you know, chicken fighting, the man that puts the most in.
I can't stand it. I got to let this out, y'all. Family, how many of y'all are familiar with the show King of the Hill? Because I'm just going to tell you right now, while you listen to him, you're going to hate me for this. I know y'all, some of y'all are going to throw your phone, throw something at the screen. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm about to say something that's going to probably make you spit out whatever you're drinking. This boy right here, don't he remind you of Boomhauer from King of the Hill? Dang on, boy, that dang on right there, boy. Hang out, dang on, boy. Right there, I'm talking about Boomhauer. That's right, boy. He sounds just like Boomhauer. Hey, listen, if I heard it, you got to hear it too. Oh, let's let it continue. Y'all gonna learn about this here rooster fighting, that dang on rooster fighting there, boy. That's right.
In it, and feeds the best. But works hard, he's supposed to win the most, and does 99% of the time. You know, where religion to me is the same thing as that chicken fight. Not the same thing I'm saying to illustrate. If you use common sense in either one of them, you'll do better than average. And that's just people go out there working with roosters. They'll do a push-up with a rooster. I've never seen a rooster go through the yards going up and down. You see what I'm saying? He walks straight, back and forth. He does not side to side, all that bull crap. He goes straight. If you want to build his legs, build him straight. That's his natural movement. And religion, you keep it in your heart and your head, you'll still do better than average. You know, don't listen to the man. I don't care what the preacher is. Preacher, he ain't taking you to hell, Jack. You know, religion will take you straight to hell. You need salvation.
Holy shit! Oh! Woo! Family, did you ever think that he was gonna connect rooster fighting? Dang on rooster fighting there, boy. Did you ever think he was gonna connect that to religion? Boy, these gems, boy, these pearls of wisdom that he's dropping. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, you learn something new every day. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Y'all didn't know you needed that correlation in your life, did you? You didn't know that there was a correlation between rooster fighting and religion. Well, he just broke it down for you, okay? Even if you don't speak redneck East, boy, you can't say he wasn't dropping boys. Oh boy, yes he was. Let's let him get back to some of his fine jewels and gems of wisdom about life and religion, huh? Yeah, let's get back to it.
You're going to heaven. That's a fact. You know, there's a difference in religion and salvation.
Yeah.
So it's a one-on-one deal. That's it.
You can't blame Brian for holding on to his land so long. It sure is cheap out here. The average homes are $80,000 each. Rent's $500 a month. The only people who should really struggle are those who refuse to work or the ones on drugs.
Hold it. Did he just say those homes are 80,000 even in this screwed up economy and the worst real estate market in history? 80,000 and you paying $500 a month? Man, you shouldn't be up there. Now, that's cruel and unusual punishment. You shouldn't pay 10 cents a month for this bullshit that we looking at on our screens right here. And y'all got the nerve to be worrying about black folks? Oh my God.
A lot of this part of the country is very fired up about politics and church. The biblical apocalypse is right around the corner. Joe Biden is the demon. There's churches everywhere here, on the main roads, tucked back in the hollers. I popped by one church at the end of a dirt road.
He got the Joe Biden as a demon part, right? Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
And I met some kids who were there with their dad, who's the pastor of the church.
How important is religion up here in this part of Kentucky?
Well, around here it ain't. There's a lot of people claim religion, but a lot of them don't got the real thing. But
oh, y'all know I ain't finna leave him alone. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to break this down. I see a lot of y'all don't really understand what you're looking at on your screen right here. These are some good old homegrown, dyed-in-the-wool, redneck specimens of youth right here. They got the hunting camo on. And you heard how this boy sounds with his enunciation of what he calls an actual vocabulary. A lot of folks think they ain't actually got the real religion. He finna tell you He finna drop some gems on you about this religion, boy. See, you finna understand that these high IQs that they tell us about, listen, man, one good way to judge how high the IQ of a population is, if you really want to go there, you got to look at what the children are being taught. So I wonder, ladies and gentlemen, I wonder what we're about to learn here with little Giblet right here. You know, we're going to find out together, shall we? Let's let it continue.
And in this part, there's a lot of churches around here, several actually, one actually around the road, and then there's several more. But how important is it? I don't know how important it is to them, but I know here, and for this church here, it's our life. And that's how important it is here. I said the pastor of the church, David Allen, he's sick right now, but he's trusting God for his healing. Ain't been to the doctor one time. And actually, last year, 3 different times, he was just about dead. He said he was dying, and the Lord came through, healed him. And that's how important it is for us.
Do you think people don't have religion as much as they used to in this country?
No, they ain't. They don't got it, nothing like they did. And all you gotta do is look and see, and that's how it is.
Do you think that's bad?
Horrible, because they're on their way to hell.
Salute to the good brother 400 for the cash out, you know, but see now, okay. I'm so glad that Giblet said that and let us know a good bit about his little religious relays right there. Cause you hear this boy's vocabulary is atrocious. They don't got it. They don't got it no more. Don't got it. You know, I'm just saying that y'all hear that a lot if you come down here to the South. That's how they talk. But Giblet, I would love to ask you and your pastor that, you know, do you think you're going to heaven if you hate black people? Because come on now. What I'm showing you right here, I guarantee you that whatever black people there around, you already know what time it is, man. Now, I could be wrong. You find some of them that look like this, they might not be that way. Now, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, especially down in the South, but they do exist. So I will tell the truth and acknowledge that. However, since he said that, you know, he thinks most people don't have religion, I would love for you to explain this to me, Alabaster America. How are you going to have the oldest known terrorist organization in the United States, the Ku Klux Klan, which claims to be a Christian organization? I'm not bullshitting. If you are not from America and you're a continental African or Caribbean person listening to the sound of my voice or wherever you're from, that is an actual known fact. They will tell you to this day, because they still do exist, contrary to a lot of people that have the ignorant belief that they don't, okay? They're alive and will, trust me. They will tell you that they're a Christian organization. So I would love to ask Giblet, since he's such a fine specimen of Christianity and he believes in goodwill towards all men and women, do you think that black people in America who are descended from slaves should be paid reparations? And I would just listen to what he says, because, you know, a lot of these people tell you now, hey, they're good, wholesome Christian folk. But when you start asking them to repair the damage that they've done, because the Bible has many scriptures in it about making recompense when you've taken something unjustly from someone. Okay. And this is exactly what reparations would be if you want to put it in a spiritual context. You need to make recompense for what you've done to our people. I would love to know his thoughts on that, but he's got a lot more he's going to tell us here. Let's get back to it.
And we try our best to save them, but if they don't listen, you can't do nothing.
There's some nice parts of the county. It's not all beat up. Driving around, you see little pockets of newer and more clean. This neighborhood we're in is near the county's golf course. Homes here are in the $140,000 range. Every now and then, somebody new moves into the area. An older person who's retired who wants cheap land. And word is, good homes like this are hard to come by in this part of Kentucky. They're just not building homes like this much around here anymore.
I wonder why that is when they got all these hard-working white folks. Why don't the entire town look this way if they work so hard? Salute to the good brother Daryl Bledsoe for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate that generous donation. But I wonder why, since they work so hard, that, because I'm like, okay, if this part of the town can look that way, why you can't extend that out to the rest of the town? And I put that on the backs of the men in any society. If something is messed up and fucked up, since we are the primary builders of all different societies, all different races, it's the men that do the building and the maintaining. That's not a woman's job. They're not cut to do that. I don't care about the exceptions to the rule. Talking about generalities, the way things are built up, all these roads, highways, and stuff that is maintained by predominantly men. Never mind a few little handful of women in there, because if they quit and decide they're never going to do it again, that wouldn't knock a dent and making or breaking whether those things are maintained. Call me a chauvinist. I'm just talking reality. That's around the world. So my question is, if they're so hard working, why don't they get together and build out everything and make it look that way? Come on now, because where they're at is predominantly white. Let's be clear. There's no Negroes in the equation. So you ain't got to worry about black people getting nothing. Why come when you're isolated to yourselves, you should have white conduct? Come on now. Somebody answer me. I want the truth to be told to me about this. Why is it that when you in these areas where there's no black people for a country mile, hell, you even got to the point you pick all the black out the pepper before you let it come into your town? Why don't you have an existing white conduct? Come on now. You can get money from any and everywhere, even with bad credit. How do you fail as a porcelain person in this country? How do you do it? Because I'm going to tell you right now, that to me, all jokes aside, that is the lowest form of loser that you can possibly achieve. If you are a porcelain person and you failing like what we showed you earlier in this country, you're the bottom of losers. You are the standard, the gold, abysmally incompetent, unaccomplished, unintelligent standard of failure. If you're a porcelain person and that's the best you can do, let's let it continue.
And there's not a lot of land left that's not federal land to build on. This was the fanciest home I saw in the county. It's close to $800,000, which means it's about 10 times more expensive than most of the other houses we've seen so far. But as you can tell by the way things look in most of the place, a lot of people are leaving town. There just aren't many opportunities anymore.
Now, I have to take a moment to describe what you're hearing right here, what you're seeing on your screen. See, I'm going to be honest with you, dog. I don't have pets of my own because I'm on the go too much. I don't have time to properly maintain them. I'm the type of person that thinks if you have a pet, you need to have a lifestyle that allows you to properly take care of that animal, okay? But what you're witnessing on your screen right here, this dog isn't being aggressive, in case there's many of you thinking that. That dog is begging, help, 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 get me out of here, man. God damn it, don't leave me here, man. You're the first normal looking person I've seen. Help, get me out. That's what the dog is doing. The dog is crying for him. Be like, please, don't leave me. Hey, man, you need a good, I'm your best friend, right? That's what y'all say we are. Listen, I promise, if you take me out of here, I'll be the most loyal dog. I'll fetch your slippers. Come on, man. Listen, man. I'll even make sure I don't poop in your yard. I won't. Help. That's what you listen to. This dog is pleading. This broke my heart. I ain't gonna lie. Can you imagine? The dog would probably, oh my God, why am I suffering? Why am I forced to be here with this? I'm just a dog. I can't change any of this. And then can you imagine? He was like, what's that sound? I haven't heard that in quite some time. Probably he's hallucinating. There's nobody coming to save me. And then all of a sudden he looks up. Oh my God, that's an actual normal person. Help. That's what he probably did. He was like, oh my God, a person that actually got some sense. Please take me with you. So I just wanted to take the point that, I'm not heartless. I actually feel for this poor animal right here. Lord, bless his heart, man. I hope he made it somewhere, and maybe he took the dog with him. I don't know. Yeah, even a dog don't deserve to live like this. Let's let it continue.
I saw a lot of random stuff driving around this county for 2 days. Wild dogs were everywhere. You turn down a gravel road and odds are a small pack will chase you. You feel bad for them, but I think they know what they're doing. I haven't seen very many trailers with chimneys, but I saw a lot of those. They look really dangerous. I saw a house built into the side of a hill. Never saw that before.
Hold up, wait a minute, cause that's some shit I ain't never seen before. I done listen, I'm familiar with how they live from one end of this country to the other. Oh, cause see, man, he's showing you Kentucky. Let me tell you something. For all of my travels, my truckers, y'all can bear me witness to this. You know that stretch of highway when you get out there going towards Nebraska and Vegas and all of that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. We got to wind that back, fam. I got to see this. I ain't never seen no shit like that. This boy built him a house into the side of the damn ground. Boy, look here.
You down for a while. You feel bad for them, but I think they know what they're doing. I haven't seen very many trailers with chimneys, but I saw a lot of those. They look really dangerous. I saw a house built into the side of a hill. Never saw that before. The prices in town really catch your eye. This is the dairy bar menu. $3.99 small town salads for the win. And look at the prices on all their fried stuff. And look at the prices for booze in this county. This is the Whistle Stop, the local joint in town. $2.25 for a bottleneck of domestic suds. My kind of deal. And they have lots of catfish on the menu. Not my kind of deal. And there were 2 knives just randomly sitting on the counter of the place. That's pretty Appalachia, I have to say. Everywhere you go here, you're reminded that you're in
That's right. That's right. And my good brother Charlie X, oh yes, sir, buddy. I understand that a lot of you are seeing this for the first time. Now listen. A lot of you little darkies need to understand that you're not worthy to behold our white conda that we have here. This is white conda. Now, in case you don't understand some of the rules about white conda, because we shouldn't be showing you none of this stuff, you're not worthy to see none of this. Listen, we're going to rate this sign together so y'all can understand this right here, okay? Warning, you are entering a redneck area. You may encounter American flags, armed citizens, the Lord's Prayer, and country music. Proceed at your own risk. Now, listen, let me tell y'all something, because, we stole country music from you. Y'all think y'all doing something that there, what's her name? Beyonce done come out here and Dolly Parton, you's a damn traitor, boy. You's a neglect lover. You done come out here and supported Beyonce for making the country billboard for the first time. She's the black one, first one did it. Listen here, y'all not getting this back. Once we steal something, it's ours. Hey, we keeping that. So this ain't the beehive. Listen here, y'all ain't gonna take that back from us. We got it now. We stole it fair and square with all 3 of our teeth in our mouth. Now, see, let me. I just want to make sure y'all understand that, so there's no misunderstanding. Don't think you're gonna take something back that we stole from you. Now, we're white people. We had to work hard to steal this stuff from you. You know how much effort it takes a thief to actually plan how to hide something away from somebody for hundreds of years and keep making up lies about it? Y'all don't understand what we go through. Nerve of you people. Jesus Christ. Listen now. This is a very important sign. You might need to screenshot this and make sure that you understand it, just in case you get a little confused when you're around my kind of people now. You need to know what you're dealing with. So I'm presenting this information to you so I can do you a public service announcement. And listen, let me tell you something. I want you to appreciate the art that this sign is, because you understand how hard it is to spell all these damn words right when you barely have a 3rd grade education. Hell, some of us ain't even go to school. You see what we come from. We're cousin lovers. I done told you about that. Listen, you know how hard that is. We had to go and pay people to help us spell this shit right. It was a nightmare. It was very expensive. We took away from our beer and liquor money to do this here. Appreciate this. Y'all don't understand. I'm showing you white conduct. Appreciate white culture. Let's get back to it.
Appalachia land. It's a slow pace with a lot of strong values.
Did you know 2/3 of people in Kentucky say they're religious?
I thought it would be higher than that, Mappy. There's churches just about every mile in this part of the country.
I think there's just nothing else to do for fun here. Church is probably their social time. Just look out for the meth billies.
Wait, what? Yeah, it's pretty beat up all over, but it's the trash and falling down that makes this whole area seem bad. The abandoned cars and the rubble. This road's on the way to the Cumberland National Forest, which is right in the middle of this county. Look at how they've trashed their own national parks. There's trash all over the side of the road here. I wondered what tourists think as they drive up here to look at nature.
Wait just a damn minute. I'm not going to let him get away with that. You damn out-of-towners come down here thinking that you understand redneck culture. That is not trash. You understand me? That is not trash, boy. Don't you say that. Listen, what that is, those are redneck celebration ornaments. That's what that is. That's not trash. You don't understand our backwoods ways. Come down here with your critique just because you probably live in a nice, clean community. Yeah, that's offensive. He should apologize. Listen, let me tell you something. Now, you black people, you run around here talking about reparations like you're the only people that matters. I need reparations because he just insulted my people's culture. I had the nerve to call stuff on the side of the road trash. All these broken beer bottles and things of that nature, and our sisters' tampons and panties and stuff out there. Listen, man, I want reparations, damn it. Let's get back to it.
I bet they think they're all a bunch of backwards hillbillies ruining the place like this. Here's what the Cumberland Falls looks like in the Cumberland National Forest. They say this is the Niagara Falls of the South. I also hear this is the only waterfall in the Western Hemisphere that makes moonbows. McCreary County, Kentucky is definitely one of the worst places you can live in the country when you measure poverty and drugs and health. I hear things are slowly, barely changing for the better since the initial shock of the coal industry left. It's sad to see all this, at least from an outsider's perspective. But if you find a way to look past all the rundown, I think a lot of these people ain't got it so bad. It's a simple life they live. It's cheap. There's no traffic. There aren't ambulances blaring all over. There aren't bums here. It's not dying fast. The whole area is just sort of slowly fading away from the rest of us. But no matter how bad things get, these folks won't ever leave these mountains. Not on your life.
But first and foremost, you must take care of family. I don't give a rat's rump what you're doing in life. The family comes first. Not you. By no means. You put them first, and then whatever you can do, you just, you take care of their needs, and then if anything left, you take care of yourself. That's the way I do it. Now, that's just the way I think that's the basic rules in life. When I had them kids, my obligation was to raise them, and, and that's what I thought. And that's the way I do things.
Yeah.
So, religion, I know everybody goes back to religion at one point or another. I do not go to church in any way. Don't have anything against it in any way, but I feel it's a one-on-one situation. I'm not going to push my religion on you, and you sure cannot change my values in any way. I'm set my life in 63 years. I'm set whatever I'm going to do, I've done. And whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do. I don't care what you say, what the preacher said. I don't care.
Yeah.
It makes no difference to me. None. I think you start dying when you're born.
Uh-oh. Nah. You hear our Boomhauer here. He telling you his views on religion, but say, we got to look at something else out here. Like, are we looking at on the damn screen there? Dang on now. We got something very important to cover. Listen. Boy, I told y'all. You should have left me alone, damn it. I wouldn't have done this to you, but you just, listen. Now I'm going to stay on your neck like Dracula. Oh, this is just the beginning here. But see, good citizens of White-Conda, and my dear brothers and sisters gathered with me over here tonight in my chat room, looks like Jesse Lee Peterson, Larry Elder, Tim Scott, looks like they're missing some vital parts of their anatomy here. Family, I do believe that those are coon tails. Yes. Are my eyes deceiving me? They appear to be coon tails. Now, I don't know, but I must speculate that you probably can't be a pretty good coon without that little striped tail. That's one of your defining factors besides that little bandit mask that y'all have. So I guess they know they zigged when they should have zagged. And hey, boy, the little boom, oh, wait, little boy, you came on over here, boy. Boy, I'm gonna get your tail. I'm gonna get that tail off of you there, boy. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna hang it up there, boy. I damn sure am. I am. That's right. You see my display right here. And he caught that little ass. See? Y'all think these rednecks be playing, boy. Hey, just because y'all be cooning, man, don't think that you don't have prizes that they want to collect, because if you know anything about history, okay, this is what they like to do to our people. So, just because you cooning, don't think you safe. Just let it continue.
And you live every minute between there the best you can.
What about politics? What are politics like out here? Everyone thinks it's Trump land, conservative. It probably is.
Well, for the most part. Now, I'm not pro-Trump by no means. Everybody got their mess-ups, and he's no exception to the rule. You got them, I've got them, every one of them. But for the most part, our country-wise, we was a whole lot better shape then than we are now. We had a lot lower gas prices.
Now, all jokes aside, hell, like I said, a broken clock is right twice a day. He's actually got a point there. He does. Because family, look, let's be honest. When you look at what this country is now versus when Donald Trump was in office, it wasn't like this. And a number of it, look, this damn illegal alien invasion we got going on, and now he's right there. I will agree with him there. He's right. We didn't have this ridiculous inflation that we got going on. We didn't have a lot of the things that we seen occurring that we reported on over here in these spaces occurring. So I will concede that point. Let's let him finish talking. Let's see what else he gonna say that makes some sense.
Now, and as far as getting someone to work now, it's over. You cannot get nobody to do nothing. It just don't happen. They just, and I've got nothing wrong with the stimulus check. I had no problem with them happening. I didn't. But it hit America. They did. When they shut the places down here, it ruined us. Absolutely ruined us. It made everything. It ruined us. It made people.
In case y'all didn't understand what he said it ruined us. It ruined. He was trying to say it ruined us, but you got to understand, when you get down south, this is what you're gonna hear. So it ruined us. It ruined us. You know what I'm saying? Talking about black peoples in our abundance, he said ruined. Hey, no, I'm just saying, man. So I just want to translate that in case y'all like, what the hell did he just say that? He said ruined, but he pronounced it ruined. It ruined us. It did ruin them. It did. They're gonna stay ruined. They've been ruined for quite some time. They
don't want to do anything. Yeah. It's always a free handout. Give me a handout. And you may be a hardcore Democrat. I will not fall out for the politics. But listen, basically, I don't have a problem with Democrat or a Republican, either one. But there is no such thing as a Democrat-Republican party no more, because it's all about, I either get what I want or I'm not giving an inch. If me and you and her is in a debate and you want $10,000 for whatever you got in your hand right there, and I want to give $5,000, we got to meet somewhere in the middle. It's not that way no more. You either get the $10,000 or I get the, it's over. It's just a battle. It's all.
He's right. There's no such thing as Democrat and Republican. It's just white supremacy. That's the part he ain't gonna say.
Coming to the end, that's exactly what I mean. That's what it's all boiling down to. The end.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what do you think about big cities? All big cities, crime, traffic, cost of living, attitude. They're trashed, homeless people everywhere. I mean, I've been to a lot of big cities.
Right.
This is far different than that.
Right.
How do you feel about the way the inner cities and the big cities are with all the shit that's going on?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about that. This is what I see on the news and read. But I go right back to what I'm talking about in Eastern Kentucky. The veterans should be took care of for any son of a bitch in the world. Now listen, there should not be one veteran in the damn country, nowhere, of sleeping in the cold. Unless he...
I agree with that, including the black ones. Okay, you're right. You're right. Yes, we should make sure that we get what's due from this government for any of us that have given that sacrifice to our country. You damn right we should. I agree with that. But that means black ones too. Don't try to pull what y'all did with the Montgomery GI Bill, where we weren't eligible to get that. Many of our grandfathers and grandfathers couldn't get any access to any of that type of stuff. But yeah, I'll concede that point. Yeah, you ain't gonna just say that, because when they say things in general like women or veterans, you really don't talk about the white ones. No, because see, I'm gonna say it yet again. The black ones are the ones that did the damn heavy lifting, and y'all know my stance on that. Regardless of my relationship to the armed services, I will not advocate for any more of our people to be going and signing up to fight in the militaries our people have fought, and every war these people have ever had. They've even promised us our freedom and reneged on it more than one time. And then we've had black veterans being lynched in military uniform on bases. Okay, we've never gotten the respect that we deserve, even when we put our lives on the line for this country. So I understand that a lot of people may disagree with that, especially being that I myself am a veteran. Okay, I'm not going to advocate for our young black men and women to go into the services. And in fact, the business, I'm going to have a broadcast coming up. I'm deciding whether I'm going to put it on Patreon or put it on the main channel. I still haven't yet to make up my mind, but I'm going to do the broadcast explaining exactly why I have those views. And, it's going to be very sobering. So just be looking out for that. But, that's it. I just want to make sure that I put that part in there. Because, we got to make sure if you're going to say who we taking care of, then don't you be leaving out the black people. We're the main ones that actually do the heavy lifting. I don't care who get mad at that. Let it continue.
Chooses to. Now listen, that's his choice, that's him. There's a lot of people like that. I mean, a lot of people does not want the responsibility of taking care of that house. They just don't want the responsibility. They want this, and I understand, when they come back, it's all messed up. A bunch of them. I had a bunch of friends. It was terrible shape. And, but I think you ought to take, just like I said, I think you should take care of the people that's in need before you worry about the rich person, That's just the way I see it. The rich person can take care of his darn self. And the poor people, they need help. So I mean, that's basically, I can't say a whole lot about big cities. So I've been, but of course it wasn't nothing like that back in, 35, 40 years ago. It was nothing like that. I've been married 42 years, lived here 40 years, so everything's changed since then. You know how it is. But
you're making a lot of sense, man.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but that's my beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
More sense than you. I mean, a lot of people would think.
Yeah.
You got to go to big cities to get all the knowledge about how to run the shit. But out here, you guys got it all. It's just simple, sensible thoughts.
You know what? Listen, I say that it's a bad illustration. I've lived here all my life, and it's kind of laid back, and for the most part, everybody's cool people to be around. You got exceptions to every rule, and so it's just been neat for me in my whole life. I've been here my whole life and done well in life. So don't look like it, but I've done well.
Tell me how you done well. Yeah, tell me.
I mean, shit. You just I've got my grandbaby's place and all that. And so basically my life's done. I mean, I've done everything I should do. I think so. I'm ready to go when I'm supposed to. I don't want to rush it by no means. I'd like to live another 50 years, but now I know that's not possible because I'm 108 now, it seems like. But you just do the best you can every day, Just take it with a grain of salt. Hope you do good. And that's just it.
Yeah.
So,
We have some factories, which we're thankful for, but they don't pay, like the coal mines did. But anyway, that was probably the start of the big decline in my time. We used to have some new car dealers here. There was a Ford dealer, a Chevrolet dealer, even earlier than that, Dodge. So you could buy a new Dodge car here. We had movie theaters, Pine Knot, one in Stearns, one in Whitley City years ago. Shopping, had no chain stores, but you had mom and pop stores, clothing stores, and that kind of thing. After the mines closed, it just kind of dried the whole thing up, and as those people retired, there was no one to come in and go on with the business, or nobody really had the means to continue a business in a county where it's, pretty depressed. Our population has increased some, but it's a lot of retirees moved back here, people that left, to go get a job somewhere else, and some of them have moved back. And then there's, in the last couple of years, I think with COVID and so on, there's been a lot of people that's moved here, that really didn't have any ties. They were just looking for a place to go that was small, and, I guess kind of off the radar, so to speak.
And basically by off the radar, I'm trying to get away from these black people, which I don't have a problem with. You should be around your own kind. I agree wholeheartedly. You should be where your people are. I have a question for you, white America, especially those trolls that call yourself hopping over here on my channel. Why is it that places like this exist and you don't use the same energy that you direct towards trying to harass black people that's not even thinking about you into lobbying the powers that be to fix your areas like this? Could you explain that to my audience here? Because I got to ask that question yet again. Don't you think that should be the priority if you living like this? Because look, I could tell by some of your comments what income bracket you're in. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, you can. Oh, that's a broadcast for another day. I definitely can tell by some of the comments that you leave where you from, okay? And I'm just saying priorities, but, these your own people showing you how you live. Let's get back to it.
That's the big changes that I've seen. As far as the dairy bar goes, we're thankful that we still have a thriving business here. There's so much good, and to be quite honest, I don't want to be anywhere else. I've traveled a little bit. I'm not a world traveler, but I've traveled a little bit. I used to think when I was younger that perhaps I'd want to go somewhere else, but at this point in my life, I'm totally satisfied to be here, and especially since a lot of stuff you see going on in big cities, crime, COVID really started folks moving around and so on. And it made me very thankful that I am where I am. As far as the people that are here, in my opinion, they're the salt of the earth. You do have, an element that you might not want to deal with, but by and large, our people are good people.
Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right. I'll sit down and talk about where the next perfect place for you and your family should be. I do it all the time. Together, let's find you a new home that's safe and checks all your boxes. And I can also help you find your new house, too. Email me and I'll work with you on not just helping you figure out where to move, but I can help you find your perfect home, too. That's right. I know awesome, reliable agents all over the country, and I'd love to connect you to somebody who can help you search for that perfect home. Hey guys, if you learned something new about America or what it's like to live in America, great. You should think about subscribing and turning on your notifications. You can also click one of these videos or playlists for more.
This is Sage, Nick's manager. This has been a Corner House Entertainment production.
And I let that in part play so that you will understand that the fine Alabaster gentleman that made this presentation here, that's what he does for a living, okay? So he goes around the country and pretty much shows you how them people are living. So now, ladies and gentlemen, that we have reached the end of our edification and discourse here tonight. Now, this is what they're going to be doing. Because, see, if you think that this was something here, putting this truth back in your faces, the truth that you all try to hide and ignore because this is why they're so crazy and up in arms about comic books and fantasy creations where they live these perfect white condo lives. I'm going to give you some reason to do exactly what you see on this screen here. Yes, the mayonnaise tears shall be flowing because this series is going to be ongoing. See, now what you're going to learn from this, Alabaster Trolls, is that when GBS is over here talking to black people, you're going to learn to leave me alone because, see, if this bit of truth that we examine here tonight burn those little alabaster souls, oh, I have so much more to show you. Oh boy, in the words of a pinhead from Hellraiser, I have such sights to show you that you've already seen. I'm going to show my people Because see, one of the things in all seriousness, family, I want y'all to understand that a lot of these goofy trolls online that's talking like this, that's how them people really living, man. Look, some of y'all, man, and no disrespect to any brother or sister that has that, because as long as you earn an honest living, I don't have a problem with what you do. But some of y'all are working at Walmart and fast food jobs and living better than them folks that we just showed you here, okay, over here on this broadcast tonight. So just know, once again, Children of the Chalk is going to be an ongoing series since, they asked for it and I wasn't servicing them with the right type of content. Well, we're going to fill that void over here. This is an all-inclusive channel now, okay? So we're going to get deeper off into y'all history over here tonight, okay? So salute to everybody that joined us over on the broadcast. Salute to everybody that contributed. And family, I want you to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And above all else, if you ever get to thinking that you got it bad, just remember that these goofy trolls that's always running around talking about black people this, black people that, that's exactly how they live. Black first, salute, and I will see you all in future content.
This is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip-hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first this, who was the this and that, and such. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, Black American culture, like the slang, the style of dress, the initial music that we chose.
You look at all the boroughs, you got, Money Making Manhattan and Money Earning Mount Vernon and Crooklyn. The Bronx was the boogie down Bronx. We was partying up there.
I am Coke LaRock, the first MC of hip hop. First cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it. I'm right after Rudy Ray Moore.
They want to come in the mix, they want to say, we started. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip hop was solely an African American creation.
What you get out of some Jamaican toast? What is that? I've never heard of a rapper use a Jamaican toast or a Jamaican fleur as a rhyme. I never heard of it, and I don't know where that myth came from.
My name is legendary King Trixie from the Bronx, BX from the West Side. I am the first break dancer.
That narrative that hip hop has had 3 founding fathers, that's been rolling for the last almost 30 years, which isn't true. You don't have just 3 people who created hip hop. Hip hop was created by a number of different people.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip hop.
The roots of hip hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
Cassette tapes was the internet of our time. It just traveled around by hand.
Well, I know for a fact that the B-boy stand started from the guards, the 5%ers that would be at the jams back in the days who were acting as security.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.
So when we talk about hip hop and what it is, it's an extension of the music and the instrumentation that our forefathers created.
Check out the live stream premiere of the documentary short, It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, The Black American Family Tree, and Q&A, a fundraiser to create a series detailing music's evolution. Go to DewanB.com for streaming passes and crowdfunding.